Alright guys, welcome to your Spoiler Alert Wednesday.
Nice to meet ya. Love your perfume. What is that? The scent of death?
As you see in the little title card there, we are talking about the Suicide Squad and the Mpaa and why it is arbitrary or silly or whatever I decided to call it down there. What is the Mpaa? The Motion Pictures Association is the Mpaa. They decide what movies are R and PG-13, etc. They rate the movies, and it is arbitrary as heck because here's the deal. We have the Suicide Squad. And I know what you're going to say, wait, but we have the Suicide Squad. No. We have Suicide Squad. There is a difference between Suicide Squad and the Suicide Squad, apparently. New movie coming out, most of the same characters. Why does this matter? Why am I picking on the Suicide Squad? Well, because the Mpaa system is a joke. And here is why. Okay. In the trailer for the Suicide Squad, you have a humanoid shark person eating a human whole.
Nom nom.
And this trailer was out before, I believe before the rated R rating was slapped on it. It was a PG-13, I believe. In the trailer, you do have a man eating a human whole, just swallowing them up. And you know that there's going to be violence and probably some language.
And I've decided that you should eat a big bag of dicks.
If this whole beach was completely covered in dicks, and somebody said I'd eat every dick until the beach was clean for liberty, I would say no problemo.
Why would someone put penises all over the beach?
Who knows why madmen do what they do?
Throughout, especially the violence, because violence in PG-13s are very commonplace. But let's talk about that, okay? James Gunn, the director of The Suicide Squad, and he also did the Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, and he will be continuing number 3. There was a little PC police hiccup at the beginning of the year, or, well, middle of last year, where he said some stuff like 12 years ago that was kind of off-putting to some people. Now, if that is you, that's fine. To me, anyone in Hollywood, I don't care. Like, I don't care what your religious views are. I don't care what your political views are. You're in Hollywood. You are there to make movies. Directors, actors, screenwriters, producers. Your job is to make movies. I do not care what your religious views are, and I do not care what your politics are. I don't care what you had for breakfast. Unless you're Chris Pratt, because you're a funny dude, and some of your food eating videos are really funny.
What's up? It's your boy Chris Pratt coming back with an episode of What's My Snack? Last chapter, you ain't seen nothing. What's my snack? It's a carrot cake muffin. I'll be stuffing this muff up in my grill. Look at the carrot cake crumbs I spill.
But I don't care about anything else other than, like, that kind of silly, dumb stuff, okay? Now, with James Gunn, he had a little bit of an issue. He said some stuff that was kind of weird, but, the people at Disney didn't like it, just like they didn't like what Gina Carano said, which I find to be, again, just as silly because it's her right to say whatever the heck she wants. And me personally, I do not care what she says about anything, religious or political or anything like that. I don't care. Good actor, let them act. If she plays a good role, let her be an actress. Chris Pratt, let them be an actress. I don't even care. Matt Damon, any of these guys, any of these A-listers, B-listers, C-listers, I don't care. They are here to play a character and entertain me, not tell me my political point of view or a religious point of view. They can have those points of view and they can put them out there, but it doesn't matter to me, like, what they say. Okay? I don't follow them on social media. They're not my friends. I don't care. They're there to do a job. Their job is to make me have some form of emotion, whether it be drama, comedy, romance, or anything of the sort. That is their job. I don't care what they do during their free time unless it's made for me specifically, like they made a YouTube or a video that's supposed to make me as a viewer of their content laugh. I don't care what Kim Kardashian has put in her body, or, you know, her mom transitioned. I don't care. That's not my business. It doesn't affect my day-to-day life, and it's not entertaining to me. So that's how James Gunn got fired, but then rehired because he went over to DC, and then Disney was like, oh, he's with DC, they're the kind of the enemy of us, so we got to get him back to make the Guardians of the Galaxy because he's doing Suicide Squad. So now he's doing both. That's fine. I like him as a director and writer. He's funny. He knows what he's doing with the Guardians of the Galaxy thing. I hope he knows what he's doing with the Suicide Squad. Comes out in about 2-3 weeks, so we'll see when it comes out. I don't know yet. So, and that's all fine. The thing about this is that he made the movie in R, and he did this specifically because of reasons. I don't remember, I didn't see anything of like why they did it, but he made it in R. They added brief graphic nudity into the movie.
Oh my.
Okay, so one, it's a gimmick. Just straight out, it's a gimmick. It's James Gunn. We know he likes messing with people. He's Loki. He is the director of mischief, okay? He's kind of weird, kind of a weird dude vibe. That's what I get. So, him making it brief graphic nudity to boost it up to an R, it's a gimmick. Will it change the plot or have anything to do with the story? No. That's my prediction. If it does, I won't say eat my hat, but because you guys will make me do it, but I'll admit that I was wrong. But so that pushed it over. But that just shows you how arbitrary the MPAA, or the American Picture Association's rating system is. It's kind of a joke in a way, because I can go see a PG-13 and 30 people get shot. Or 30 people get, run over or whatever. Or zombies are all over the place and getting run over, and as long as there's no blood and no one uses the F-bomb, and if there's sexual content it's not shown, and it's kind of just more implied, then you're good. Okay, but you're still doing those things. But if you show sexual content, and if the zombies that you run over have blood, and you use the F-bomb, that's an R. If you show someone having sex with the same sex, that's an NC-17. But graphic language, graphic violence, sexual content, nudity, R. Okay. Violence with no blood, language that's not the F-bomb, sexual content without showing nudity.
Sandra, I can't breathe.
PG-13. Okay. Innuendo. Cartoony violence. PG. There's very few G's that you can mention, and if you can look them up, but there's very few movies that get a G rating. The Mpaa system is kind of a joke, and the Suicide Squad proves that to be true. Do we need an Mpaa system? Do we need a MPAA/rating system? Yes. Because parents should know what their kids are seeing. They should be able to tell their kids, yes, you can see this, and no, you can't see this. That shouldn't be up to anybody else. It should just be up to the parents, but the parents should know what's in that movie. I have a kind of a fix for that. So instead of having G, PG, PG-13, R, NC-17, do it like on TV. Yes, they do have their own NC, like TV rating type thing, where they'll tell you, and I think MA, mature audiences, is like the highest version, which is like your strong R, and then there's like NC-17, which is like, or TV-17, which is kind of like a soft R, and then there's G, PG, and PG-13 and all that. So, but with those, they actually tell you, not by writing down very tiny print why it's that rating. It actually has a rating system in pretty bold things that says N, nudity, L, language, V, violence, S, sexual content, or it might put a G in front of that. G, GN, graphic nudity, GV, graphic violence, etc., etc. That way, at least you know what you're walking into, because a lot of people don't know, and they think, oh, it's the Suicide Squad. That's from a comic book. My kid can go see that. I mean, if you're that parent, then that's fine. If you don't care, that's up to you. You're the parent. But I'm just saying, if you don't want your kid walking in and seeing whatever brief graphic nudity is on the screen, then, well, know that it's an R. And don't just let them go in. But you're the parent. I'm just saying that the Mpaa system is kind of a joke when it comes to that, because you get more violence. You get more violence in a PG-13 than you do an R-rated movie. You get stronger sexual content, and you don't get nudity, but you get stronger sexual content in a PG-13 than you do typically in most R-rated movies. And that's why it's arbitrary. But, you know, no one's going to change it unless we decide to change it. So, with that, guys, I am Mike with Mike W Productions, and we will be doing, I think, The Suicide Squad next. There's a couple of movies coming out next month. I believe the next one is going to be The Suicide Squad, but my next video will be The Bad Batch. the next episode of the Bad Batch. So with that, guys, thank you for coming in. Thank you for giving this video a like. If you want to see something else, I have a video or a playlist up here. And if you want to see more stuff, hit the little subscribe button that's right here. Thank you guys for coming in, and I will see you guys later. Peace.